Well, that is as pretty much as comfortable as a night as you could ask. Arsenal go out and beat Luton Town 2-0 with pretty much half the team being our rotational players, our B team. And it's pretty a perfect night. I mean, you look at it, we got to rest guys like Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice didn't have to play a full 90. We got to rest a lot of guys, and we allowed guys like Emile Smith-Rowe and Reece Nelson to actually get some game time. Such a perfect evening. And on top of that, a clean sheet, 2 goals, 3 points, absolutely perfect. Now, I would have liked maybe Odegaard to not get a full 90 minutes, but it is what it is. That's me cherry picking. The game itself wasn't a barn burner. It wasn't going to keep you on the edge of your seat, but it was a pretty decent game, especially in the first half. I thought from the first minute we looked the better team, and throughout the whole game we were the better team. But I thought we had moments throughout the game where we may have been a little bit sloppy, we weren't as good as you would have hoped, but this happens, especially when you have 5 changes from the previous game against Man City. You saw times Odegaard and Smith-Rowe just failed to link up because they weren't on the same wavelength. But overall, I'm very, very happy with the game, happy with the situation, happy with the performance. And now we have a game really, really soon coming up against Brighton. That's why I think it's so important, and I'm so glad Arteta did so much rotation. I mean, the fact that Zinchenko started at left back for this game tells you that Zinchenko is basically our backup left back. Now, Zinchenko had a really good game, really good at the inverted role. He didn't really have to do much defending, which was a hope for him, but really good as an inverted fullback, as we know he is. But to tell me that Zinchenko would be our backup left back and Kiwior would be our number 1 left back going into now April, if you had told me that in January, I would have thought you are crazy, you've lost your mind. There's no way that's possible, but it's true. Zinchenko hasn't been as good as you would have hoped, especially this season. Kiwior's been really good, so Zinchenko is now the backup. But to Zinchenko's credit, he was really, really good today. Didn't play a full 90, but he was really, really good. Good as an inverted left back, but I think because he didn't have to defend, it helped him. And then in the midfield now, we had a pretty much whole new midfield outside of the captain Martin Odegaard. We had Thomas Partey start, which kind of surprised me. I didn't think Thomas Partey was fully fit to start a game, but he did start. Was he amazing? No. Did he have to be amazing? No. So I don't really look into that too much. His progressive passing was a tad bit rusty at times, but overall he played really good. He just dictated the tempo of the play, but not really hard when you're not getting pressed that much. There were times where he was getting pressed. David Raya kind of gave him some hospital passes and he played out perfectly. So he wasn't amazing by any standards, but he was pretty decent. And the guy that joined Thomas Partey in midfield and joined Martin Odegaard in midfield was my favorite player in Arsenal, Smith-Rowe. I thought he was pretty good. I thought Smith-Rowe was decent. He's probably our best player, him and Martin Odegaard, probably our best player. But, I mean, in the second half, Smith-Rowe was pretty much absent. He was really, really tired. But I thought for the 85 minutes that we saw for Smith-Rowe, looked really good, especially in the first half. Good one-touch play. He set up the second goal. It's an own goal, but he set it up. I don't know if he gets an assist for it or not, but he set it up. Really, really good. And then even the first goal, you look at the first goal that we scored. Yes, it was assisted by Havertz. Really, really good strike by Odegaard, by the way. But how did we get the ball? Well, it is a Luton Town throw-in. Luton Town had the ball, and Smith-Rowe pressed it, won the ball off a player, and played into Havertz. The first goal was kind of set up by Smith-Rowe, and the second goal was definitely set up by Smith-Rowe. For me, Smith-Rowe is my man of the match, and it's probably biased because all in all, you include the second half, you're probably going to say it's Odegaard being man of the match. But to me, Smith-Rowe is man of the match. I was very impressed with him, worked really hard on and off the ball, and he's looking really, really sharp. I really hope we keep him in the summer. I don't think we will. I don't know if it's the smartest move to keep him, but I really want to keep him. Reece Nelson also got his first start for us in 4 years, which is absolutely insane. I remember the last start. I think it was during the lockdown when we played Liverpool. That was his last start for us. It's been that long. How is his performance? It was okay. It was pretty mediocre. I thought he was anything but spectacular. It's not saying that he played badly. It's not saying that he's not a good player, but he wasn't great. I've seen him play better for us before. He didn't have to be, though. This is the thing, is that you're going to say, right, Thomas Partey wasn't at top form. Odegaard wasn't on top form. Saliba, Gabriel, neither of those guys were on top form. But you didn't have to be. It's Luton Town, who were severely injured. I think they were missing 12 first-team players. So they were injury-struck as hell. And we had a fully fit team. It was kind of our B team that were playing. Half the team were rotational players. You didn't really have to play all that well. Yet a lot of these players like Smith-Rowe, Martin Odegaard, played pretty decently. Not that either of them were great, but they were pretty decent. So Reason Arsenal wasn't great, but it was pretty decent. Not much to look into it. Trossard had some really good moments. I remember the first half with that feint, chops back in, beautiful play. And Havertz, one thing about Kai Havertz is, yes, he got an assist, and you could say that on paper it was a really good performance, but you watch him. He didn't do much against Man City. He didn't do much against Luton Town. But you watch him chasing for every single loose ball, putting his body on the defenders, making it such a hard time for them. Kai Havertz is so good at that, and I'm enjoying seeing Kai Havertz as a sole number 9. Does that mean I want to see him as a sole number 9 forever? No. But again, this is the thing with Kai Havertz, his versatility. He's such a hard worker on and off the ball. His defensive work rate is so good. I just remember against Man City, I remember in this game as well, he was chasing every loose ball. Even if you know he's not getting that, Kai Havertz is going to chase it. He's going to chase it while he's going to run hard at it. He's probably not going to get it, but he's going to put pressure on the defense. And that is so vital to how we play. Ben White had a really good skill, but otherwise he had a pretty decent game. Saliba, Gabriel were pretty okay. Didn't really have to do much, but what they did have to do, they did pretty well. I mean, we got a clean sheet for a reason. David Raya, I don't even think he had to make a save. I mean, maybe from the Ross Barkley free kick, but I mean, not much to talk about there. But yeah, overall, I think, yes, I would have loved the 6-0, but I said in the preview, and I'm sticking to it, I don't care how much we win by. A 2-1 win, a 2-0 win, a 3-1 win. I predicted 3-1, but I don't care. We got a clean sheet, yet another clean sheet at home, yet another clean sheet in the Premier League. That's 13 clean sheets in the Premier League. We got another game where we win by more than a goal. We got 3 points. That's the most important thing. We got to rest players. Saka didn't even have to be in the lineup or the squad at all. Martinelli got some minutes. Declan Rice got a few minutes. I mean, overall, we got to rest players. We got a clean sheet, comfortable night. We got 3 points. I mean, what more could you ask for? Not the perfect night, because a perfect night would have been a 10-0 win, but pretty close to it. I'm very happy. Now it's on to Saturday evening, and we'll be taking on Brighton, which is a huge game. And after that, Bayern Munich. Absolutely huge games. Let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think about the game? What did you guys think about our performance? Let me know in the comments below. Please be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.